L&T Finance, and Mr. Y.M. Devastali, CMD of L&T Finance Holdings, joins us right now on the show to talk about the quarter gone by and the outlook ahead. Good having you, Mr. Devastali. Thanks so much for joining in. Could you briefly take us through the key drivers of profit growth for L&T Finance for the year, for the quarter and for the year as well?
We have had a challenging year for the economy. We have seen lots of problems, and we hear every day that there are challenges in the economy. There is slowdown perceptible and infrastructure sector, so on and so forth. So in this backdrop, I think we have come out with extremely good results. Our asset book has grown by 40% year on year, and we have crossed the mark of 25,000 crore of assets between all the NBFCs, which is a remarkable compound growth of 5 years, 40% in the last 5 years. That's number one. The second important point is that at the consolidated level, for the last quarter, we have had 45% growth in profits, and for the year as a whole, the growth has been about 16% for the holding company at a consolidated level. Now, we need to understand these numbers in proper perspective. As everybody knows that we had an exposure in the microfinance business in Andhra Pradesh, and we have been making consistent provisions to ensure that this exposure is minimized. So in this particular year, we have made an additional provision of approximately 75 crores, and now the book size in Andhra Pradesh has come down to a non-provided book size is about 54 crores now. So these numbers, this growth of about 16% at the consolidated level is after considering significant provision which we have made for microfinance in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So that is one. The second point is all of us are aware that last year the interest rates went up considerably, and as a result of which there were pressures on margin. So in spite of that, to produce a very, very healthy performance results.
Mr. Devastali, so what is your sense on asset quality going forward?
Well, I think, as I said, in the retail business, to have about 0.7% net margin, net NPAs is an extremely good achievement. Our effort will be to maintain this. It is possible that in the corporate and infrastructure sector, in the next few months, there could be some challenges, and it will be our effort to maintain this. But there is a stress in the environment, and there is a possibility that some assets we'll have to manage the situation well. So far we have managed well, but I think next 6 months are going to be quite challenging in terms of corporate and infrastructure loans, ensuring that the collections, targeted collections are made.
What's your sense on credit growth for L&T Finance for the year ahead, Mr. Devastali? What sectors essentially would drive growth?
See, as far as our business is concerned, it is diversified, and that is actually a strength of this group, because if you are a niche company or if you are in only one sector, you get impacted immediately if there is a problem in that particular sector. So we have chosen to be diversified, and I do believe that in financial services business, if you really want to offer wholesome financial services, you need to be diversified. I think you can't simply have, because ultimately customer is important, and I think you should take care of all the needs of the customers. So we will continue to grow in the areas in which we are today. We will continuously discover adjacencies and new product lines, and we will grow in all the areas. Now the growth may not be equal in all the areas. Like last year, there was a substantial growth in rural markets or rural financing, and I think that this provides us de-risking and helps us to maintain sustainable growth. So going forward, we'll grow in all areas, corporate, infrastructure as well as rural, and the growth may not be even, but it will be there in all the sectors.
Mr. Devastali, L&T Finance has expanded into a number of sectors already. Are you readying yourself to apply for a banking license when the guidelines do come up? And have you heard anything from the RBI as to when these guidelines could be out?
We have not heard anything from Reserve Bank of India. I think it's all a very, very speculative kind of a question. However, it's important for you to know that we want to provide total services to our customers. And that's one reason why we have chosen this path of diversified portfolio. So this will help us if tomorrow, if guidelines are announced and if we decide to apply, this will certainly help. The products or the areas in which we are operating today, geographical presence which we have, substantial presence in the rural markets, all this will help. But does it mean that we will get a license? I can't comment. It's very, very speculative, and I don't know when that is going to happen. But I think, yes, we are preparing the organization towards that. So if it comes, it will definitely be a significant step in our business going forward.